The prospects of European football awaits one of these two sides, or possibly even Millwall, but certainly one of these two sides at Upton Park tonight. Charlton Athletic versus Portsmouth in the Anglo-Italian Cup, Group 6 of the Anglo-Italian Cup. And Charlton already, of course, with a win over Millwall earlier in the group, which means that a Charlton victory tonight will see the Addicts in Europe and 2 trips to Italy. We're looking at the two sides here. Charlton welcoming back Paul Bacon for only his second game of the season, and also into the side comes John Robinson, the new signing from Brighton. Portsmouth welcome back skipper Martin Kuhl, and Colin Clarke, the Northern Ireland international centre forward, replaces Charlton old boy Paul Walsh up front.
Number 7 making his debut is John Robinson. Number 8.
Now, one of those young men, in fact both those young men in your picture, 2 of the most sought after players outside the Premier Division. On your left, Andy Awford; on your right, Kit Symons. Symons, a full Welsh international, he played at the Cardiff Arms Park last week, and Awford, again one of the most sought after players, an England under-21 sweeper and a much coveted player indeed.
Match ball sponsors are John Jones and Co, certified accountants. The match officials, the referees, Mr. Ray Lewis, and the linesmen are Mr. Danskin and Mr. Brown. And tonight's matchday mascot is 7-year-old Darren Fuel, his son the chief steward here. Darren is from Gravesend and attends Shears Green School.
And Carl Leaburn back in the side, starting a match in fact for the first time since the opening day of the season. He's had a couple of games as substitutes since then, Carl, but he started the season with a goal against Grimsby, and he's back in the starting lineup again tonight, and Charlton's fans will be hoping that he can add another to his total this evening. Paul Bacon there also comes back into the side for the first time since that opening day of the season. And on the top of your picture there, John Robinson, the new signing from Brighton and Hove Albion. The fee to be decided by a tribunal, but Robinson starts a match for Charlton tonight, just 36 hours after signing from Brighton and Hove Albion yesterday morning. So it's tonight's visitors from the south coast, Portsmouth, getting us underway. Pompey playing in blue shirts, blue shorts and white socks, attacking the goal to my right. Charlton, of course, in their familiar colours of red shirts, white shorts and red socks, attacking the rather sparsely populated South Bank Terrace, which is where the Pompey fans are grouped. And in fact, it's fair to say that the entire ground is fairly sparsely populated. The Anglo-Italian Cup clearly hasn't really caught the imagination of football fans at the moment. Most of the gates in the opening group matches are fairly poor, and tonight's no exception. Leaburn with a touch off. Robinson with his first touch. And Minto gets a foot in there. And forward from Warren Neill. And now Minto will have to turn away from Clarke. Walsh looked like a foul by Aspinall. The referee, incidentally, tonight is Ray Lewis from Great Bookham. So a well-known referee, certainly, if for no other reason than he comes from Great Bookham. And a good cross thrown in. And this is Kuhl for Portsmouth. He's looking for Powell. And there's a lot of space there for Whittingham. Steve Gatting got the ball away. Leaburn with the header. Robinson beaten to it by Powell. And Robinson fighting to get back, but Powell gets the cross in, and it came off the top of the crossbar. And I think Ray Lewis has given a corner. And there's almost space for Whittingham, and now there's a chance, and that wasn't far away, but in fact the flag has gone up on the far side, so it wouldn't have counted from Kit Symons. This is Clarke. And there goes Whittingham, or rather Murray in fact. He gets it out to Powell on the far side. Robinson is the defender for Charlton. Powell kept his feet well. This is Bacon. And there goes Gary Nelson. But Symons comes across to cover, but has given away the free kick in doing so. So Charlton have an opportunity to get men into the box. Simon Webster, of course, still missing from the Charlton lineup this evening. So Stuart Balmer continues at centre-half, and Darren Pitcher, of course, came back in on Saturday, continues at right-back. Steve Gatting is Webster's replacement as the Charlton skipper. And Gatting, or rather Minto, getting forward now, and it's driven across the goal. And Clarke watches it out, and there's no danger to Portsmouth. Forward from Kuhl, Whittingham giving chase. That will be a throw into Charlton. This is Walsh. Try to turn, but Aspinall just got the tackle in. Walsh sends it forward, and Nelson brings it down. Awford is a defender, and Awford makes the challenge. Here's Gatting, and Whittingham just got the foot in there. Pardew couldn't get there. Clarke with a poor ball, and now Walsh sends it forward. Leaburn, well, Leaburn given offside. And it looked at the very least that he was level, but the linesman certainly had a better view. Alan Knight then with the free kick for Portsmouth. It's driven long towards Clarke, and Gatting is trying and watch it out, and he's been forced to concede the corner. Sean Murray, the former Tottenham player, with the corner, headed away, and now it'll come for Warren Neill, and back to Murray, and the flag up on the far side of the field for offside. Aspinall, square to Martin Kuhl, lots of space for the Portsmouth skipper, but a poor ball in now, but Pardew almost caught in possession. Now Bacon, back to Boulder, he can't pick it up of course, so he's got to work fast, and Whittingham was closing him down, so Bob Boulder chose the safe route, which was into the West Stand. Whittingham, back to Russell. Russell looked like he played it with his hand. Pardew gets the foot in, turns away from Powell, and wins the throw. Charlton have had the upper hand in meetings between the two sides in the last couple of seasons. Four league meetings between the two teams since Charlton were relegated, and Charlton have won all four. Last season it was 3-0 here and 2-1 at Fratton Park, and the season before it was 1-0 at Fratton Park and 2-1 at Selhurst Park. So Charlton will be looking to keep up that good run of form tonight. Clarke couldn't get the shot in. Leaburn tackling back. Whittingham trying to turn. Leaburn with a little touch there to Minto. Minto sends Nelson away. Now, can Awford get in front of Nelson? He can, and it's a very good pass from Andy Awford. This is Russell. Russell with a rather aimless pass forward, and Bob Boulder will field it easily. Nelson with a touch off towards Robinson, intercepted though. Now this is Bacon. He was looking square to try and play Minto in, but it wasn't a particularly good pass. And now it's with Martin Kuhl. And Boulder will come to collect. In fact, he'll let it run out. And it's been a rather scrappy opening in these first 8.5, coming up to 9 minutes. Certainly no attempts on goal to speak of. And the game at Millwall, the first game in the group, was played in a very strange atmosphere, certainly for the first 20 or 30 minutes. It didn't really liven up until the second half. But now Leaburn, he could liven things up. Now there's a chance. And a good tackle coming in from Awford. It nearly fell to Alan Pardew. In fact, those were the two players that combined to lay on the winner at the den. Leaburn heading down a long cross from Simon Webster for Pardew to drive home the second Charlton goal. This is Robinson with the corner. And the space at the far post. It might fall for Nelson. Powell just gets a foot in, but it will be a Charlton throw. Away by Murray. Hooked over his shoulder by Scott Minto. And Pardew looked like he was held off there by Clarke, but the referee was right there and was quite satisfied. Andy Awford. Bacon got in there. And Alan Knight, one of the most experienced goalkeepers in the First Division, passes out to Warren Neill. Forward to Clarke. Good chest off. Gatting stepped in. This is Minto. And it wasn't a particularly good pass from Minto. And in fact, Leaburn had strayed offside. So, very little pattern to this game. I think the atmosphere, or rather the lack of it, certainly contributing to a fairly tepid opening 10 minutes so far. Now Walsh, can he make something for Charlton? He's sending Nelson away. Symons was alive to that. This is Bacon. Oh, he sold Robinson short there. And now Whittingham, and Portsmouth getting forward in numbers. Pitcher got in there. Boulder can't pick this up. He'd have to go out for the throw, and indeed he does. Aspinall with a quick throw to Warren Neill. Oh, and Gatting left it. And Stuart Balmer was doing an excellent covering job. And Portsmouth have forced their third corner of the game. Murray plays it in short. And the cross back into the far post. Awford gets up, and this might fall for Murray again. Sensible pass to Kuhl. And Boulder didn't go for it. And confusion in the Charlton back four. Clarke was looking for something from the referee, which in all fairness there was never much likelihood of him getting. And Charlton survived. Nelson with a flick off to Leaburn. Leaburn trying to find Walsh, and he's done so. Nice touch to Minto. Nelson from behind the tackle from Symons. Minto. Nelson back to Bacon. Bacon closed down quickly. Sensible dummy. Now this is Gatting. He's looking to get Minto in, and Martin Kuhl showed a bit of composure there to allow the balls to run through tonight. And this is Warren Neill. Darryl Powell, Murray, Russell, Murray again, Awford, good foot in there by Bacon, Robinson, Pitcher, and still no one can really get it on the floor and actually get a passing movement together. Now can Leaburn get the touch on, and it wasn't far away from falling kindly for Colin Walsh, but Alan Knight was very sharply off his line there. And another wayward pass there from Bacon. Tried to find Robinson. This is Aspinall. Neill's made the forward run. Aspinall elects to knock it long, and Darren Pitcher just ducked under it quite neatly, and that'll be a throw in, a goal kick rather. So 15 minutes gone here at Upton Park. No goals, no shots, nothing to report. Leaburn with a good chest off towards Bacon. This is Powell though for Portsmouth. Clarke. Russell. Darryl Powell. Pitcher did enough and was balked by Powell. That will be an indirect free kick for obstruction against the Portsmouth winger. Chest off, and now Nelson could get in here and knock Alan Knight on the edge of his area. Well, the referee has penalised Gary Nelson, I think, for a foot up against Warren Neill, but he's looking across at his linesman there, Ray Lewis. I wouldn't mind seeing that again on the replay. See exactly what happened. I certainly felt Nelson made a legitimate challenge for the ball, and Alan Knight was possibly outside his area, but the referee decides that it's a free kick to Pompey, and when Neil Sillett has finished treating Warren Neill, we'll be getting on with the game. Quite a lengthy stoppage, and Neill looks as if he's been winded, certainly, by that challenge. There seems to be some concern amongst the bodies round Warren Neill. Certainly the physio and the Portsmouth skipper Martin Kuhl look rather concerned. Warren Neill looks to be in some discomfort, and I think very soon the referee is going to have to make a decision. And I'm not sure whether Neill will be able to carry on. Portsmouth have got their two substitutes warming up on the far side of the field, Stuart Doling and Guy Butters. Butters is of course a defender, so it would probably be a straight swap for Warren Neill. He's back on his feet now, but he still looks quite badly winded. And Neill, I think, is going to continue, but there must be some concern amongst managers with this competition that players could get injured in what is a relatively unnecessary preliminary period. The Italians have simply selected their 8 clubs to partake in the competition, and many people wonder whether it would have been simpler if the FA, or rather the Football League, had done the same with the English sides, rather than going through this preliminary round, which will lead to certainly a fair number of nonsensical matches. If Charlton win tonight, then Portsmouth have got to play Millwall in a game that simply means nothing at all. But Minto doing his best to make that happen, gets brought down on the edge of the box. And now this is a good position for Charlton. We've got Colin Walsh, who might be able to curl it with his left foot. There's no Simon Webster out there, but Charlton might be able to work something here. Robinson's over the ball as well. And Charlton, in fact, have got 5 men around the ball. So let's hope they've got something worked out. What's it going to be? Walsh. Now what's going to happen here, I think you're going to find, is that the referee, Ray Lewis, is reaching for his notebook, and under the new directive this season, the player that breaks from the defensive wall is liable to be cautioned, and that's exactly what's happening to Andy Awford. I don't think the Charlton players thought that was necessary, but Ray Lewis, not really with a great deal of choice in the matter, and after 20 minutes Andy Awford goes into the book for a rather unnecessary infringement. But those are the laws, and they've been applied, and Charlton will have to take the free kick again. Walsh this time. No, it's going to be Pardew, driven into the wall. Now Walsh can get the ball across. Chip to the far post. Nelson with a chance, but a very good catch indeed by Alan Knight. Neill sends it forward. The referee in the way, rather. This is Aspinall. Kuhl, a rather wasteful pass, and now Minto sends it forward. Leaburn, good touch off. Nelson to Walsh, and now Robinson making track to the centre of the mid of the defence. There's a chance there. It very nearly ran for Pardew, but well tidied up by the Pompey defence, and Neill gets it forward. Clarke with a good lay off, and Darryl Powell has got space, and so too has Murray. Warren Neill on this near side if he can find him, but instead it goes back to Andy Awford. Powell taking on Robinson, and the referee, or rather the linesman's flagging on that far side. He's flagging for a Charlton free kick. It looked like 6 of one and half a dozen of the other from where I'm sitting, but the linesman was a lot closer. Leaburn with a touch on, only as far as Awford, and now Warren Neill. Russell, Murray, Powell, in towards Whittingham. Bowler catches it easily. And now Colin Walsh. He's got some space on this near touchline, and the ball down the line. Nelson giving chase, and Kit Symons forced to put it out for a throw-in. Now Leaburn wants to take it quickly, and Walsh is running into space. Instead it's for Bacon. I think he was trying to find Leaburn, but Pardew stepping in there, and now Stuart Balmer. First time ball forward. Nelson still running well, finds his old Brighton teammate Robinson. Now Robinson to take on Russell. He's got the cross in. It's a good cross as well, and Alan Knight was stretching Leaburn keeps it in, and now Minto to the far post, and it might fall now for Nelson, and now for Robinson, and the cross comes in, and Pardew, it's over his head, and out for a corner by Symons. But on two occasions there, John Robinson with excellent crosses. The first one really had Alan Knight stretching, and it's a shame that there was no one coming in at the far post, because it would most certainly have been a goal. That's what we want to see from this young man. Halfway through the first half, it's still 0-0, but Charlton with Colin Walsh, and they forced another corner. Robinson with the corner, swings it in deep to the far post. Leaburn gets up. The referee decides that Leaburn fouled as he climbed for that ball. Powell manages to keep it in. And now Robinson, Pardew sends it forward, Nelson again the target. Russell, neat touch, Murray under pressure from Bacon, Pitcher gets the tackle in, Robinson tidying up, nice control, but gives it away to Whittingham, who in turn gives it away to Bacon, who in turn gives it away, but Pardew collects, and now Pardew coming through the midfield. Oh, it was almost a super pass from Colin Walsh, Minto on the overlap, and now Charlton have got to get some defenders back. Minto's a bit too far forward, although he's coming back now to get a challenge in on Neill, and Warren Aspinall's control lets him down. It's a Charlton throw. Leaburn tussling with Kuhl, or rather with Warren Neill, and wins it. And there goes Nelson, and the ball in early. Robinson coming across, he won't get there in time. Now Pitcher needs some help, and Balmer had to get in quickly. Forward from Symons, Whittingham. Kuhl, and now Powell, back to Kuhl. The man on the left hand side there is Lee Russell. Again it goes back to the Portsmouth skipper. And Darren Pitcher clears. Aspinall, and Warren Neill has got an awful lot of space out on this near side. Swings it in towards Clarke, but Stuart Balmer got up really well to get the ball away. This is Murray. Portsmouth at the moment having a good little spell. Murray, is he going to try the chance for a shot? Couldn't quite get the shot in there, but now Pardew brings it away for Charlton, and he wants some options. One of them is Leaburn. The touch off to Walsh. Nelson on the far side, if Walsh can find him. Walsh was brought down. Ray Lewis was right on the spot there. Kuhl complains, but it won't do him any good because Charlton have the free kick. Pitcher to Walsh. Walsh shaping for the left foot shot perhaps. Oh, it was through someone's legs there, and it very nearly fell for Nelson. Robinson back to Pitcher. Pitcher on his left foot. Robinson again, taking on Powell. Powell gets the tackle in. Charlton will have another throw. Now can Robinson get the cross in from here? He can't. It's fallen kindly for Bacon. And, oh dear, that nearly swung out towards Nelson. It was cleared by Whittingham. Onto the roof of this East Stand at Upton Park. And I think we're going to need another ball. Indeed. Here comes another ball. Leaburn with a flick, Awford, and back it goes, and Knight has to clear. Minto with a free header. Leaburn's way offside. Referee plays on sensibly. Gatting now has got to go back to Boulder. He's got to clear it first time, and does so. Aspinall turning. Minto getting in. And that's obstruction, and I think it's been given against Scott Minto. One way or the other, the flag certainly suffered. Minto was holding off Aspinall, and there was a bit of a wrestling match, but the referee has decided that that will be a free kick right in the corner quadrant to Portsmouth. So Sean Murray with the free kick swung in to the far post, and there's a chance, and there's a goal! And the scorer, Warren Aspinall, I think the man at the far post. And Portsmouth have taken the lead here at Upton Park on exactly 30 minutes. Just moving into the 31st minute. It's Charlton Athletic 0, Portsmouth 1. Steve Gatting with the free kick for Charlton. Leaburn into target. It'll bounce to Pardew. Pitcher gets it across. Leaburn gets up. Now Nelson. He can't get it quite that far across the goal as he wanted to, but it will be a corner. Walsh with the corner, and Aspinall gets clear of Bacon. He doesn't get clear of Darren Pitcher though. Robinson sends Nelson forward, trying to get away from Symons, and he was blocked there, I thought, but it will be a Charlton throw on the far side of the field. Darren Pitcher with a throw for Charlton. pitcher goes over, and that is a goal kick. Powell with the throw, pitcher with the header. Pitcher with time to get the ball clear. Awford, square to Neill. The linesman's flag goes up. Darryl Powell, the offending Portsmouth forward. 11 minutes to go before half-time here at Upton Park. And Portsmouth lead by a solitary goal from Warren Aspinall just after the half hour. It all got a little bit scrappy in there, and the referee decides that Portsmouth have a free kick, but it certainly wasn't to be taken there. Martin Kuhl, the Pompey skipper, stealing about 15 yards. Good tackle there by the new man. Russell with the throw. And not a particularly good return header from Whittingham. Thumping challenge there between pitcher and Powell. Charlton throw. Robinson turning well away from Andy Awford, slipping the ball through to Nelson. Leaburn back to Robinson. And he was blocked by Russell. Free kick for Charlton. Walsh will take it. Swung in towards the far post. And now's a chance, surely. Oh, it was a fine save by Alan Knight, but it wouldn't have counted in any case. Pardew was the man thwarted, but he was offside. Surely a foul by Clarke. The referee agrees. Now Leaburn. Away by Neill. Clarke showing lovely chest control. Gatting steps in. Now it's with Walsh. And it's got a little bit tight in the midfield there. Walsh again. Robinson wide of him. This is Robinson. And now a little return pass, and it very nearly came off. Bacon forward, Leaburn. And it didn't run before Bacon. This is Aspinall, the goal scorer. And Awford gets it away. Now Whittingham giving chase. And Whittingham could be in here. And Whittingham's in here. And it's going to be 2-0. And it is 2-0. And Guy Whittingham capitalises on a poor back pass come header. and it's 2-0 to Portsmouth. And Charlton's chances of going to Italy in the Anglo-Italian Cup appear to be rapidly diminishing. 38 minutes gone. Whittingham makes it 2. It's Charlton 0, Portsmouth 2 here at Upton Park.
Second goal for Portsmouth on 38 minutes by number 10, Guy Whittingham.
Good tackle by Balmer. Needed to get there. Pitcher gets it away. Leaburn, touch off to Pardew, and there goes Nelson. Back from Symons. Now Knight will have to work fast here, and he's got it out to Powell, and Powell's kept it in. And that wasn't bad football at all by the Portsmouth goalkeeper. And that's easy for the Portsmouth keeper. Minto, now Walsh. Nelson giving chase. Symons with the header. And Kuhl got in front of 2 Charlton players there. Now it's with Whittingham. Martin Kuhl. Lovely ball to Warren Neill. Swung in early towards Clarke, and they want Boulder to come for it. And a little bit of a misunderstanding there between Boulder and Balmer. Free kick to Charlton as we move into the last 5 minutes of this first half. Charlton desperately need a goal before half time to get back into this tie. And Nelson couldn't quite get his foot to the ball. Neill goes back and Knight clears. Bacon in first. Gatting. Leaburn straight offside, so Gatting had to hold it up. Balmer gets it forward. Symons wins the header. Forward from Pitcher. Now Leaburn gets up again. Couldn't find Walsh. Portsmouth at the moment in control. Clarke. Aspinall tried to put Whittingham through. Offside is the decision. Nelson, now Walsh. Can Walsh fashion something for Charlton? Walsh is through, there's a chance. Oh, it's whipped across the face of the goal and it's wide. And that was Charlton's best opportunity of the game. And it's gone wide. Now Pardew. Walsh got in, and now it's with Minto. Minto sends it forward. Leaburn giving chase. It might drop for Pardew. It won't drop for Pardew. It'll come out to Whittingham. Balmer takes over. Looked like Whittingham used a hand. Play on, says the referee. This is Powell. And there goes Lee Russell on the overlap. He's got the ball over, and Balmer did very well, showed a cool head. Walsh for Charlton. Bacon is square. Minto on this left-hand side. Again, they looked for Nelson. And again, Portsmouth cut it out easily. With a man down, and Bob Boulder puts the ball out. And the man on the floor is John Robinson. And he doesn't look at all happy, Robinson. And this looks serious. Jimmy Hendry, the Charlton physio, is attending to Robinson, and this would be a big blow for Charlton if the player they've bought from Brighton not 2 days ago is injured. And the question at this stage has to be, how much damage has been done? Warren Aspinall does the decent thing out of your picture and sends the ball back into play. Robinson's only got a couple of minutes to go before half time. The question remains as to whether or not he's going to be fit to continue. He's hobbling off. I'm sure Charlton will wait until the half time break is up before thinking about a substitution, but that is a real blow to the Addicts. Their new signing lasting 44 minutes of this game this evening. Bacon. Leaburn. Pardew couldn't get there. Portsmouth, 2 in front, and seemingly with plenty of time on the ball. Now Walsh. Can he get away from Neill? He can. Leaburn, back to Walsh if he can get there. Symons got the foot in, and Knight clears the ball. Gatting wins the header. There's a player down. Jimmy Hendry's a busy man at the moment, and the man down is Carl Leaburn. So there's going to be more injury time. We've already had a minute and a half of stoppage time at the end of this first half. So there's going to have to be some decisions taken in the Charlton dressing room at half time with regard to Robinson, and Carl Leaburn I think is going to be okay. And when players like Charlton's leading goal scorer last season and Robinson, who I'm sure has been bought as an important part of the team, become injured, it throws into doubt the whole question of these cup competitions. Surely we could have done without this initial stage, and there might be some even that would say we could do without the competition as a whole. Leaburn still looks to be suffering slightly, and he's not really moving at half. He's moving rather at half pace there. He might have got in there otherwise. He doesn't seem to be moving with total mobility, Carl Leaburn. So 3 minutes of stoppage time. There's probably a little bit more to come actually. Lengthy stoppage when Warren Neill was injured. Robinson of course, and then Leaburn. So there's still time for Charlton to mount one more attack at least. Pardew now. He's looking out on the right hand side, of course there's nobody there, so Pitcher sends it forward down the middle. Leaburn couldn't get there. Walsh got the tackle in, it falls to Warren Neill. Clarke, Pardew, Clarke again. Minto with the header. This is Walsh. Back to Minto. Walsh with the tackle. There's going to be a substitution on the far side. And Lee Russell's going off, and he's been replaced by Guy Butters.
Substitute for Portsmouth is number 14, Guy Butters.
So in the 49th minute of this first half, Butters is on for Russell. And Charlton are still playing with a man short. This is Pitcher. Leaburn with the header. Portsmouth making their extra man pay. Lots of space at the moment they've got there. Aspinall. Whittingham now. Gets away from Steve Gatting. And that is the last action of this first half. It's a first half which Charlton will want to forget pretty quickly. Not only are they 2 behind in this Group 6 Anglo-Italian Cup game, but they have also lost John Robinson, the new signing, who has gone off down the tunnel with a couple of minutes of the half remaining, and we'll wait to see if he resumes in the second half. But at half-time of this Anglo-Italian Cup tie, it's Charlton Athletic 0, Portsmouth 2. And as the teams return to the field, you can already see that we've had some substitutions at half-time. Alex Dyer is on the field, and that, I would imagine, means that John Robinson is not fit to continue, and only time will tell exactly how serious an injury that actually is. But safe to say, that could be a severe blow for Charlton. So Butters is on for Russell, Dyer is on for Robinson, and Charlton have a 2-goal deficit to make up. Even a draw would be something in this game, because that would mean that Portsmouth would have to beat Millwall at Fratton Park in a couple of weeks' time, although at that stage Millwall would be effectively out of the competition, so presumably putting up less than token resistance. But a defeat here tonight means that Charlton will probably, almost certainly, go out of the competition. What is for certain is that Charlton must score. Gatting gets a foot in. And out it comes to Darryl Powell. Murray, Kuhl. Header away by Balmer. It'll fall to Kuhl again. This is Powell. The cross is in towards Warren Neill, and he claimed a penalty there. Referee Ray Lewis was perfectly placed and waved play on. This is Kuhl. This is Whittingham. As it goes towards Colin Clarke. Steve Gatting is the defender. Back to Kuhl. Swung in, and Walsh took that full in the midriff. And I think he's been winded there, Colin Walsh. Colin Walsh is back on his feet, and Charlton certainly won't want any more injured players this evening. One's enough, and Leaburn's already taken a knock as well. Pardew, and now Dyer, and now Leaburn trying to find some space. This is Walsh, swings it out on the far side towards Nelson. Nelson comes across, and it'll have to come all the way across to Darren Pitcher. Now Pitcher swings it in towards Leaburn, readied away by Awford. Walsh gets the header. Leaburn was held. That'll be a free kick, no doubt about it. Leaburn was definitely held. So we've got Walsh, Minto and Pardew behind the ball this time. Minto peels off, so Pardew and Walsh are the two men over the ball. Let's see what Charlton can come up with this time. Pardew leaves it, Walsh with a shot, and that's over the bar. Kuhl and Warren Neill, neat control. Whittingham, not so neat control. Now Walsh brings it away for Charlton. Darren Pitcher takes over and cuts inside Whittingham. Pitcher brings it forward, and now it'll come to Pardew. Pardew rides a challenge. Dyer and Pardew got in each other's way rather, and this is Whittingham. Pitcher with a touch to Bacon. Powell gets in front of Bacon, and now Whittingham, and now Kuhl. And that's a bad ball by Neill, and now Charlton maybe can bring it away. This is Walsh. Went back to Minto. Minto, Leaburn, lovely touch. Alex Dyer didn't quite read it. Awford sends it forward. And Pompey have a throw on the far side. We've had 5 minutes of the second half, and still Charlton can only really claim to have had one serious effort on goal in this game. That was when Colin Walsh drove his shot just wide at the dying stages of the first half. Portsmouth looking good at the moment, comfortably sitting on a 2-goal lead. And I think Charlton will have to do something special to get back into this game. Otherwise, the Addicts will be heading for their first defeat of the season. Now, Leaburn giving chase. Symons goes back to his goalkeeper. And this is going to fall for Murray, and Murray got brought down by Paul Bacon. Clarke getting in there. Minto sends it forward, and I thought Leaburn was held there, but this is Butters. Header away, Pardew. Nice touch off towards Darren Pitcher. Pitcher now can bring it forward. Alex Dyer calling for it. Alex Dyer receiving it. Got a bang in the back from Butters. Pardew sends it out to Pitcher again. Back to Walsh. Walsh seeking out Nelson. Great ball. And Nelson unfortunately took it out. Here's Kuhl. Aspinall, Murray, Minto, carrying the ball forward, Dyer, and he's tried to find Leaburn, and he got himself in a bit of a tangle there, Alex Dyer. Now, Nelson, lovely dummy, sends the ball forward. It didn't quite work again for Charlton. And Portsmouth have weathered that little early burst. And now Walsh taking over. Goal kick. Balmer and Darren Pitcher now in a lot of space. Leaburn, Pardew. This will have to go out to Minto. No. It'll go back to Stuart Balmer. Now Alex Dyer moving into a forward position. He's moved offside, so Balmer's held it up. Leaburn chipped forward. Dyer getting in there. Now, is there a chance? There isn't a chance. Leaburn gets it down to Bacon. Bacon was held by Darryl Powell. Now Charlton perhaps can get the ball into the box. Here's Walsh. Pardew peeling off at the far post. That's where the ball's been aimed at. He's got it down towards Nelson. Oh, and still nobody can get a shot in. Now Walsh for Charlton. Pardew. Walsh again. Minto beaten by Aspinall, and no one can see Darren Pitcher out on this near side. Charlton are beginning to liven up a little bit, and they need to. 2 down still. This is Clarke, Portsmouth. Murray thumps it forward. Throw into Charlton. Nelson and Leaburn linking well. Leaburn getting away from Kuhl. And feeding the challenge of Awford, and Andy Awford has got to be careful. He's already got in the book for breaking out of that wall at the free kick in the first half, so he's got to be careful, otherwise he might see a red card. Nelson down the line, Alex Dyer beaten by Awford. Charlton have a throw. And Minto. Back to Walsh. Walsh with his right foot. Now there's a chance for Balmer. And he couldn't quite get there, but now Minto wants to go through Warren Neill's legs, but Warren Neill a bit too canny for that. And he gets it away, but Charlton have a throw in. Walsh sends it forward. The flag's gone up. Pardew offside. is his pitcher. There goes Paul Bacon into the space. And Murray has been penalised. In fact, Bacon has been penalised. Well, there's a surprise. Didn't look to be anything of note in all fairness, but the linesman decided that that was worthy of a free kick. Forward by Walsh. Powell plays the 1-2 with Murray. Balmer read that, but Powell picks it up, and now Pompey can break forward again. This is Kuhl. Warren Neill is square and calling for it, but instead it goes back towards Murray. Whittingham. Murray again. Powell. And Murray again. Butters sends it forward. Clarke's the target. Clarke's won the header, and that's well back by Balmer. Bob Boulder rolls it out. And now Dyer. And now Walsh and the ball into the box. With the ball for Balmer. On the far side, forward from Minto. He cuts inside on his right foot. He's pulled down in front of the referee, and Minto is furious, but Ray Lewis is unmoved. There was a foot up there, but he's played on. Oh, he hasn't. He caught the play back. And when Charlton wanted the advantage, it wasn't given, and the Addicts back to square one. Dyer. And Dyer and Nelson weren't on the same wavelength there. Clarke with a bit of a theatrical dive, I thought. Neill with the throw. We've had an hour of the contest. Charlton 0, Portsmouth 2 in this Group 6 Anglo-Italian Cup clash. Walsh split the challenge beautifully and tried to get Leaburn in, but Pompey seem to have the extra man all the time here, and they've become a bit crowded over there. Now Pitcher's got a bit of space, and Minto finds him. Now Walsh. He's got it out to Nelson on the far side. Nelson swings the cross in. This will fall for Darren Pitcher. Leaburn's trying to get it in towards Dyer. Away by Awford. Nelson gets up. Minto gets it forward. Away again, this time by Symons. And that's a foul against Whittingham. Charlton have a free kick. And there's a little bit more urgency about Charlton now. Walsh has got Pitcher square. And now Pitcher is found by Steve Gatting. Walsh slips it forward, and now Dyer, and now Leaburn, and there's a shot, and the flag has gone up for offside. It wouldn't have counted, but at least Charlton working the opening, which is more than they've done for most of this game. But when all is said and done, it's still 2-0 to Portsmouth, and time is ticking away if Charlton are going to cash in on a couple of potentially lucrative ties against Italian sides. This is Clarke. Clarke's going through. Clarke could settle it, and Clarke has settled it. for Portsmouth. It's 3-0, and that is all. That is the end of the game, I suspect, as far as Charlton are concerned this evening. The Portsmouth supporters celebrate. Clarke has made it 3-0 on 63 minutes, and even with just under half an hour to go, there's one or two Charlton fans who've decided that enough is enough, and they're drifting away. Portsmouth are also making a substitution. Stuart Doling is coming on.
It's number 12, Stuart Doling, and the third goal scored for Portsmouth by Clarke.
And now Leaburn giving chase, and Leaburn's got in behind them. If Leaburn can get it across, he can't. Bacon was in there, Leaburn elected to go on his own. If Charlton could have replied quickly, he'd have given them half a chance, but at 3-0, it does look a particularly difficult task for the Addicts. Walsh for the corner. Leaburn gets up. The chance for Dyer, he couldn't turn. Doling helps it on, and Pompey can break here now. Aspinall and Murray getting forward as well. Aspinall holds it up. Neill sends it forward. Whittingham challenging. Sean Murray now. Neill sends it forward. Whittingham gets up. Good header there from Balmer. Gatting gets it away. Dyer held off. It's a foul, I think, by Neill. Yes, obstruction given. Dyer gets on with it quickly. Leaburn back to Dyer. Now Darren Pitcher again with lots of space on this right hand side. And now at the far post there's a bit of space for Nelson, and his control let him down. It was a good ball in from Pitcher, but Charlton unable to penetrate the Portsmouth rear guard. Stuart Doling, brought down by Nelson. Neill gets it forward, Gatting with the header. Clarke took a swing at it. Charlton in possession with Minto. Leaburn was left on the floor, and that is going to be a goal kick. Throw into Charlton on the far side. Minto to take the throw. Stuart Balmer for Charlton, carrying the ball across the halfway line. Walsh is out on the left hand side. Instead it's Pardew. Now let's see what Charlton can do. Leaburn getting forward. Guy Butters was alive to the danger. Now it is with Stuart Balmer again. Lofted over the top. Easy for Alan Knight. The way this competition works, Charlton could still qualify if Millwall were to win at Portsmouth, but they need to get a goal, because it could come down to goals scored as opposed to goals different. So if Charlton could pull one back, it would give them 3 goals scored and a chance possibly of going through to the next stage, the international stage. Pardew now. straight at Walsh. Murray takes over. And now Aspinall. And Portsmouth have got a lot of men getting forward now. Looked like handball. It was handball against Stuart Doling. Charlton take it quickly. This is Walsh. Minto gets forward. Minto slips past one, slips past another. Leaburn tried to get it forward, lofts it into the box. Alan Knight will claim that easily. And Doling running at the Charlton defence. Gatting gets it away. Minto, and now Nelson, and now Gatting. Murray steps in for Portsmouth. Symons gets it forward. This is Leaburn. Oh, lovely turn from Leaburn. Stuart Balmer has made 30 yards. Alex Dyer making the run, and Pitcher's found him, but he couldn't keep it in, unfortunately. Alex Dyer. It's gone out for a throw-in. It's gone out for a goal kick, I should say.
Word of Mr. and Mrs. Robinson. Mr. and Mrs. Robinson, the parents of John player John Robinson, please go to main reception. Mr. and Mrs. Robinson, the parents of John Robinson, please go to main reception. Thank you.
And now Clarke got in, but Pitcher did well to recover the ball. Now Bob Boulder, he's not sure whether he can pick it up. I'd have been surprised if the referee had given a free kick there, but you can never be sure. And now we've had a free kick given against Stuart Balmer, I presume, for a bit of verbal. Whatever it was. Portsmouth now have a free kick in a good position. Murray and Aspinall are over the ball. Murray chips it forward. Symons coming at the far post. Headed away by Minto. Symons. And that's a throw. Leaburn can get it away. Walsh turns. Gatting spreads it out to Pitcher on this near side. Gatting wants it off Pitcher. Walsh has got it as well. Now it's back with Gatting. Charlton fans want the ball to come forward. And this is Scott Minto. Now Walsh. And Walsh is brought down by Stuart Doling. That'll be a free kick to Charlton. Leaving with the header. Pardew couldn't get there. Portsmouth get it away. Darren Pitcher now slips the challenge of Whittingham. Square to Walsh. Square once more to Minto. And Charlton really haven't made a decent angle up front all evening. Now Walsh, perhaps he can do something. He certainly looked Charlton's liveliest player so far. Down the line to Nelson. Nelson can cross deep to the far post. And there wasn't a Charlton player who could get there. Now this is Paul Bacon. But Bacon is beaten by Powell. It's a good challenge by Pitcher. It's run clear to Gatting. He sent it forward again. Now Pardew can put Butters under pressure. And Pitcher's found Pardew with an acrobatic overhead kick. Leaburn could get in there. A good header away by the Portsmouth number 5, Kit Symons. Colin Walsh then with Charlton's 5th corner of the game, and if anyone's going to do it for Charlton this evening, it looks as if it's going to be Colin Walsh. It's come in short to Gatting and back out to Walsh again on the left foot, the cross to the far post, and Butter's got it away. Nelson then with the throw. Taken quickly, Scott Minto in support. Minto swings it in, Stuart Balmer gets up, Alex Dyer heads it back across the goal, and now Balmer could get in there, but Alan Knight was very quickly off his line and gathered the ball well, and throws it out quickly to Northern Ireland's Colin Clarke. This is Powell, and now Aspinall making the ground on the left hand side, and he's in behind Pitcher. Can he get it across? The challenge by Gatting was a good one at the expense of the corner. Poor corner by Murray, and Walsh got it away. Warren Neill gets it back in the danger area, and Murray showed very good control there, but the ball spun away from him unkindly. And now Charlton bringing it away with Minto, body checked surely by Warren Neill. Wants to make sure that Minto's all right, and by now Portsmouth have got everybody back. Everybody barring Bob Boulder is in the Portsmouth half of the field. Gatting will send it forward. Leaburn beaten in the air. This is Bacon. The try from Bacon, and that wasn't a bad effort from the youngster. You can see a few people on the North Bank starting to head for home. 15 minutes to go this evening. Charlton desperately need a spark. No John Robinson, he was injured in the first half, but Leaburn could provide it here. Awford gets it back and Knight gets it away. No John Robinson, as I was saying, in the second half. No Robert Lee, of course. No Simon Webster. His inspiration is missing from the Charlton lineup this evening, and let's hope that it's a fitter and stronger side that can go to Tranmere on Friday. Nelson working hard still, forces the throw. Nelson gets it back now. Pitcher, if he can cross with his left foot. It's in low. Dyer trying to work a chance, and it won't fall for a Charlton player in the box. It really isn't going to be Charlton's night, I don't think. And the appeal of this competition, and perhaps the appeal of Upton Park as well, reflected in this evening's attendance. Just 1,853 people deciding to come to the game this afternoon. And the majority of them, I suspect, will go home disappointed. It's just a very small band of hardy Portsmouth supporters have made the journey up from the south coast. No more than 250, I'd wager. Good header from Dyer, in fact too strong, but the idea was right. And time is ticking away for Charlton. Square from Balmer, cleared by Minto. Symons wins the ball again. Foul according to the referee. Minto wants to get on with it. Now Walsh, and now Nelson if he can get in there. And Nelson swings it into the far post. Leaburn couldn't get the header on it. This reminds me very much, in fact, of the game against Grimsby here at Upton Park last March, when Charlton fell behind to 3 quick goals and spent the rest of the match striving manfully to get back in the game, but it simply didn't fall for them in the penalty area where it mattered, and that, I think, is very much the case this evening. Walsh sending it forward once more. Now can Dyer get in there, snapping away, and Knight clears comfortably and sends in Darryl Powell on this near side, making the ground. Here's Murray now. Walsh got the block in. Lovely flick from Darryl Powell. Aspinall in a little bit of space now. The cross coming over now. Can Whittingham turn? He set up Doling. There's almost a suspicion of handball there. And Walsh brings it away. Leaburn. Back to Walsh again. Minto on the overlap on the left-hand side. Instead it's with Nelson. Walsh. Minto tried to find one of the 2 front players, couldn't do so. And Portsmouth calm the thing down and bring it away. It's Aspinall. Now Whittingham giving chase. Minto slips it back to Bob Boulder. Bob Boulder gets it back to Minto, and Whittingham making the Charlton defence work there. Awford hasn't put a foot wrong for Charlton this evening. Awford hasn't put a foot wrong for Portsmouth this evening. Took over the captain's armband from Martin Kuhl when the Portsmouth skipper was replaced by Doling, and has proceeded to have a very solid game. Now this is Walsh, Leaburn and Nelson and Dyer were up ahead, but Walsh opted for the shots. Never really troubled Alan Knight. And as we move into the last 10 minutes of this game, it looks like an impossible task for Charlton. Pardew finding Leaburn. Leaburn was fouled by Butters. Charlton take the free kick. Darren Pitcher in possession. Aspinall. Murray with some space. Sending Doling in. He was looking for the flick towards Whittingham. Nelson. Darren Pitcher calling for it, and Darren Pitcher getting it. Now, some movement up front perhaps. Driven in towards Alex Dyer. And now Pardew. Nelson on the outside. Darren Pitcher on the overlap. Nelson swings it in towards Leaburn. Leaburn heads it back in towards Dyer. And Warren Neill concedes the corner. Walsh with the corner. Has a chance, has a save, and it won't go in for Charlton. Knight got onto the header very well, and it won't go in for the Addicts this evening. And I think the crowd realise that. They're beginning to head for home. A half-hour wait in the Blackwall Tunnel. It's not the most appealing of prospects, even at the best of times. Particularly after seeing Charlton lose 3-0. Maybe Darren Pitcher can do something about that. Pardew sweeps it in. Surely a chance. And there it is at the far post. Carl Leaburn pulls one back. And Carl Leaburn marks his return to the first team with a goal. 82 minutes gone. Charlton 1, Portsmouth 3. What that means is that Charlton now have 3 goals, the same as Portsmouth.
By number 9, Carl Leaburn.
So if Millwall were to beat Portsmouth, and Charlton and Portsmouth would have the same number of goals scored, it would then go down to goal difference, so Portsmouth would still be in front. But if Charlton can get another one, then the group could be opened up again. Powell gets it away. Balmer with the throw. Away by Powell. Free header for Balmer. Now Walsh. Now Alex Dyer giving chase. And Awford concedes the throw. And Charlton have been livened up a bit by that goal. Now if they could get another one, it could be a different picture entirely. Nelson swinging it into the far post. Leaburn getting up. Symons concedes the corner. Colin Walsh swings it in. And the Charlton players are coming in on that one, but it'll come back to Walsh, but Clarke will get it away. And Neill knocks it long. That was neatly done by Minto. Pitcher sends it forward. Now this could fall for Leaburn. Away in fact by Awford. And now Minto. Oh dear, that's a bad ball. Aspinall collects it for Portsmouth. And Clarke, I think, is offside. Yes. That looked a little bit dubious, I felt. But again, the linesman was well placed. So 5 minutes to go here at Upton Park. It's Charlton 1, Portsmouth 3 in the Anglo-Italian Cup. Leaburn still battling away. Charlton have a throw. Minto swings it in. Behind the play though. And now Portsmouth could possibly break, but Pardew covering the ground well. And he's got Dyer and Pitcher in. If Pitcher can make the ground. But good covering from Whittingham. And that's a Charlton throw. Well, astonishingly, it's gone the way of Portsmouth. Must have clipped off Darren Pitcher's heels. But Powell just wants to calm it down. And the referee wants him to get on with it. Pitcher with the throw. Bacon. Pitcher again. Swung in towards Leaburn. And Symons just did enough to hold Leaburn off there. And forward it goes from Minto. Leaburn. And now Walsh. Walsh just gets the foot in. Pardew out to Pitcher. And down Pitcher again with plenty of space. And he'll try again now, Pitcher. Bacon gets it back to him. Pitcher, now Nelson. Nelson cuts inside. He goes over. And that is going to be a free kick. Nelson was just about to work himself a shooting chance. Now, Charlton have a free kick. And the Portsmouth wall has got to go back 10 yards. And I know that Ray Lewis will make them go back the full 10 yards because otherwise he'll get his book out, I'm sure. Minto, Walsh, Nelson, all over it. Minto with a chip, and it's over the bar. Nelson gets the challenge in. It's a Portsmouth throw. Here's Pardew for Charlton. And that's bounced kindly for Alex Dyer. Needs some support. This is Bacon. And now Whittingham giving chase. And Whittingham's away from Balmer. But Stuart Balmer's got back at him with a good tackle. And Gatting picks up the pieces. Walsh looking for Leaburn. He's found him. Gatting beaten to it. Doling. And now Clarke. And the ball in towards Doling, and Stuart Balmer sweeps it out for the throw. As we move into the last minute of this game, it very much looks as if Charlton will not have to entertain Bari, Cremonese or Lucchese. No Italian trips, I think, for the Addicts, certainly this year, unless something very, very exciting happens in the last 30 seconds. Portsmouth, I think, will be in the driving seat in Group 6 of the Anglo-Italian Cup. Unless Millwall can do something very special at Fratton Park, it will be Portsmouth going to Italy. Aspinall with the cross. A chance now for Warren Neill, and it zipped across the face of the goal. Charlton get it moving again, but we're moving into time added on. Whatever referee Ray Lewis has got on his watch, and he hasn't got anything at all. The game's over, and I think Charlton can say goodbye to the European adventure for this season at least. Whittingham, Aspinall and Clarke, the goal scorers for Portsmouth. Carl Leaburn pulling one back on 82 minutes for Charlton. The final score is Charlton Athletic 1, Portsmouth 3.
London Road, Peterborough 0, Millwall 0, and the latest from Oxford is Oxford 3, Cambridge United 0. West Ham goals, 1 for Mark Robson, 2 for Trevor Morley, 2 for Clive Allen.